Hi, this is the Atari Collector again. The game I'm going to present to you today is Dig Dug for the Atari 7800 Pro system. The information in the original instruction manual for this game reads as follows. How many veggies can Dig Dug dig? Dig Dug starts each game with 5 lives. After he burrows to the center of the earth on his own, use your controller to send him where you want. When he enters a tunnel where Puka is lurking, the monster begins to chase him. Now Puka on the screen that you see here is that he looks like a walking tomato with goggles as compared to the green dragon looking creature. When he enters a tunnel where Puka is lurking, the monster begins to chase him. Explode Puka quickly by pressing and holding the controller button or by pumping it repeatedly. So Dig Dug's weapon in this game is a pump. He actually shoots it into an enemy, it pierces them, and then he pumps them up with air until they explode. That would actually be a rather terrible way to die, but that's how Dig Dug attacks the enemies in this game. Pumping the button just once or twice will stun the monster, so Dig Dug can slip past. Touching Puka when he's not stunned will knock Dig Dug out. Dig Dug can handle Fygar in almost the same way, but dragons breathe fire, so be careful if Dig Dug approaches him while he's looking. It's not enough to be just outside his tunnel when he's looking either, because his fire is so powerful that it burns a short distance through the earth. So basically, if there's only about 1 or 2 pixels worth of dirt between you and Fygar, you can expect that whenever he breathes his fire, it will go straight through that dirt and it will burn you. So you need to have a little bit more earth between you and him if you want it to actually work as a wall or a blockade. Still, attacking him from the side is worth more points than attacking from above or below. And whenever I read through the point section, you'll find that if you kill Fygar on a certain layer of earth from the side, it's worth twice as many points than if you were to kill him from that same level of earth from the top or bottom. Another way to handle the monsters is to drop rocks on them. To do this, make Dig Dug tunnel underneath a rock when 1 or more monsters are chasing him. If he's tunneling upward, have Dig Dug make a sharp turn just before he reaches the rock so it falls on them. If Dig Dug is tunneling sideways, time him so the rock falls just as the monsters run underneath. After 2 rocks have fallen in any round, a veggie or fruit appears at the center of the earth for 10 seconds. If Dig Dug can gobble it up, he earns extra points. But there's something very strange about Puka and Fygar. Unless Dig Dug destroys them quickly, they turn into ghosts and move through the ground directly toward him. As soon as they enter a tunnel completely, they become solid again. But while they're still ghosts, Dig Dug can only drop rocks on them. The last monster left in any round gets scared of Dig Dug and runs to the surface, turning into a ghost if necessary to make his trip as fast as possible. Once on the surface, he scampers to the left of the screen. To catch him, Dig Dug has to race towards the surface himself. So in the game, whenever you do see the enemies not walking through tunnels, but actually passing through the ground towards you, the instruction manual says that they are turning into ghosts, and then they're manifesting themselves back in their physical form whenever they enter the tunnel again. Now, the scoring section of the manual reads as follows. The flowers at the top of the screen tell the number of round you are playing. Each small flower counts as 1, each large flower counts as 10. So rather than saying level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll see there on the upper right screen right now there's 1 red flower. That means you're on level 1, and if there's 1 through 9 little red flowers, that's what level you're on. And then whenever you make it to level 10, you'll see a larger flower, which represents 10, and then it counts the little flowers on top of that for 11, 12, 13, and so on. Now, digging each chunk of dirt in this game is worth 10 points. Blowing up Puka and Fygar from above or below on the surface or top level of Earth is worth 200 points. The second level down, 300 points. Third level down, 400 points. Bottom level, 500 points. And you can see the different levels because they're marked by different colors. So you know which level you're on whenever you enter a different color of Earth as you're going down. Now, blowing up Fygar from the side on the surface or top level of Earth is 400 points. Second level down, 600 points. Third level down, 800 points. And the bottom level, 1,000 points. So on every level, killing Fygar, the fire-breathing dragon, from the left or right gets you twice as many points than if you're killing them on that same layer of Earth from the top or bottom, or from above or below them. Now, dropping rocks on monsters is also worth a lot of points. If you kill one monster with a rock, it's 1,000 points. 2 monsters is 2,500 points total. 3 monsters is 4,000 points total. And then for every extra monster that you kill with a rock at the same time, it's an additional 2,000 points per monster on top of that 4,000 points that you got for killing 3 of them. Now, in the game, you do earn bonus lives. At 20,000 points, you earn an extra life. At 50,000 points, you can earn another extra life. And then every 50,000 points after that, you earn an additional life. Now, as the instruction manual said, the main thing that Dig Dug is doing is he's trying to get fruits or veggies at the center of the Earth. That's the main goal of the game. The instruction manual explains what the fruits and veggies are and their amount of points that they're worth each. The first fruit or vegetable that you'll see in the game is a carrot. It's worth 400 points. And as I go through the game, I am going to try to show you all of the different fruits or vegetables that the game does have to offer. So the first one, a carrot at 400 points. The next one is a turnip. It's worth 600 points. The third is a mushroom worth 800 points. The fourth is a cucumber worth 1,000 points. The fifth is an eggplant. It's worth 2,000 points. The sixth one is a bell pepper. It's worth 3,000 points. The seventh is a tomato worth 4,000 points. The eighth is an onion worth 5,000 points. The ninth is a watermelon worth 6,000 points. And the 10th is rather comical. It's not a fruit or a vegetable. It's actually a Galaxian spaceship. As you can see, this game was originally made by Namco, and Namco also released a space shooting game that was called Galaxian. So as sort of a little advertisement for that game, they put in a cameo appearance of one of the spaceships, the Galaxian spaceship in this game, and it's actually the 10th quote-unquote fruit or vegetable that you can collect, and it's worth 7,000 points. And then the last fruit or vegetable you can collect is worth 8,000 points, and it's a pineapple. Once you see the pineapple, every time you make it to a next stage, it's always going to remain the pineapple after that. So every time you collect that pineapple, you're getting 8,000 points. That's worth as much as killing 8 Fygars from the side on the lower level of Earth. So you definitely want to focus on collecting those fruit because they're going to get you score very quickly, as well as crushing enemies, multiple enemies at the same time with a rock will also build up your score quickly so that you can keep earning 50,000 points and getting extra lives, making it as far along in the game. And it doesn't seem that the game ever ends. I don't know if there's a kill screen where the game ends or locks up or anything like that, but it seems like it just goes on indefinitely. So it's basically your goal is what level can you make it to, how high of a level can you reach, and how high of a score can you get. So with that introduction, I now want to show you the gameplay. Now with my strategy, I always try to drop a boulder very quickly at the outset, because as the instruction manual said, in order for a fruit or vegetable to appear, you have to drop 2 boulders. So I always want to drop one really quickly so that I know I've already got that one that was needed to be dropped. And then as soon as I drop the second one, I know that the fruit or vegetable is going to appear. So I can then head towards the center. So there's the carrot. It's worth 400 points. And it doesn't matter if you kill Puka from the top or bottom, because he's worth the same amount of points no matter which direction you kill him from. It's Fygar that you always want to kill from the left or right, because he's worth twice as many points. And of course the reason why is because you're putting yourself in more danger since he can breathe fire on you. So therefore, since it's a harder scenario, they give you twice as many points. And there you can see that I'm only pumping him partially because I'm trying to keep him alive so that I can then go and collect a fruit or vegetable. Unfortunately, they died before I could collect the fruit or vegetable, so I don't think you'll get to see the turnip. That would have been the turnip that's worth 600, or yeah, 600 points. There's the mushroom. It's worth 800 points. The next one that's going to appear is the cucumber, worth 1,000 points. There's the cucumber. 1,000 points. The next variant will be the eggplant. But it looks like there's 2 cucumbers in a row before the eggplant. So at this point in the game, 2 fruits or vegetables appear in a row before the next variant appears. At the earlier levels, it was just a new one every additional level. Now it's a new one every additional 2 levels. That chime occurred because I reached 20,000 points, so I got my first extra life. And there's the 2,000 point eggplant. There should be another eggplant before you'll then see the bell pepper. There's the eggplant. And I'm luring them to the bottom of the earth so that I get the most points when I kill them. So now hopefully you'll see the bell pepper. There it is. Try to get another bell pepper. I found that you don't want to dig too many tunnels. The less tunnels you dig, the more easy it will be to avoid being killed by enemies. So digging to the bottom of the earth with as few tunnels as possible, killing enemies as quickly as possible to get them out of the way, is the strategy that you want to focus on. Hopefully now I'll be able to get a tomato to appear. There's the tomato. 50,000 points got me an extra life. Now, as the instruction manual said, there's two different ways to kill an enemy. You can either just keep the button pushed and hold it, and then he will automatically pump. See? If I do that, though, he pumps really slow. Whereas I found that... So that was keeping the button pushed. You saw how slow he pumped. But later on, as I'm running towards enemies and tapping the button as fast as I can, you'll see that I pump much more quickly, and they die a lot quicker. So there, I'm running towards him and hitting the pump button as fast as I can. And he pumps much more quickly than if you stand still and push the button repeatedly, or if you just stand still and keep the button pushed. Now there in the center of the screen you saw the onion appear. If I had collected that, that would have been worth 5,000 points, but I missed it. And here I can keep him alive until Fygar comes towards me. Because I don't want Fygar to get away before I kill him. Now I'm going to try to make the watermelon appear. Well, that was still the onion. The next two levels, it should be the watermelon. Come on. Unfortunately, I killed him before the watermelon could appear. There's the watermelon. There's going to be one more watermelon and then the Galaxian ship. I definitely want to show you the Galaxian ship. So there you could see I was pumping him to slow him down, to keep him alive so that I could then collect the fruit or vegetable, but in that case it was the Galaxian ship. Another Galaxian ship. You're not getting away that easy. And now from here on out, it's going to be the pineapple that you can collect. So there's the pineapple. So pretty much if you want to put a goal on yourself, I would say making it to a level where you can collect a pineapple is the goal, because that's the highest fruit that they created. Otherwise, the game goes on indefinitely, and there's no other goals to reach. There I managed to kill 2 enemies at the same time and get 2,500 points. As long as you're pushing against a rock, it won't fall. As soon as you get out of the way, though, that's going to allow it to fall. Unfortunately there, I wasn't able to focus on points. I was more about saving my butt. Always try to get that last vegetable rather than worrying about the last enemy, because it's worth a heck of a lot more points than that last enemy. I've made it to level 30 now with those big 3 flowers at the top. And I think that's good enough. So there you got to see pretty much everything that Dig Dug has to offer. Your goal is to drop 2 boulders on each stage to make the fruit or vegetable appear, or in the case of the 10th one, the Galaxian spaceship. Always try to collect it since it's worth a ton of points. And then the best way to also build up big points is killing Fygar from the left or right on as low of a level of Earth as possible. Killing Puka on a low level is also good, but it doesn't matter from which direction. And then killing multiple enemies at the same time with a boulder drop is also going to rack up a lot of points very quickly. Other than that, the game is about seeing how high of a level can you reach and how high of a score can you get, which is what all classic games were always all about. Very simple, very fun, addictive, I think high replayability. This version I think does have pretty good controls. There are times though on the 7800 version where you could have sworn that you turned left or that you were holding right, and for whatever reason Dig Dug doesn't turn, or he turns in a direction that you weren't making him turn. That happens rarely, so the controls aren't perfect, at least with one of these original Atari 7800 controllers, but otherwise the controls are pretty tight and pretty responsive. So that was Dig Dug for the Atari 7800. This has been another video presented by the Atari Collector. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.